Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Petrus. I've actually never reviewed anything from them. You guys have maybe have seen it on the Belgian aisle. They make a Petrus aged pale ale, and then they also make, I think it's like a cherry beer. It's like, the best way to describe it, it tastes like Band-Aids, vinegar, Band-Aids, vinegar, and cherry cough syrup. It's like they're like whatever sour, but anyway, this is Petrus passion fruit, hibiscus passion fruit. So 5%, going with like natural flavors, all that funky stuff. Again, a trend that I do not like. So we shall see how it works with the Belgians. They're out of Bagvikova, Belgium, and yeah. By the way, the reason I have this, by the way, is the distributor where I work. That's literally $1 beer for a mixed case of beer. So I got a few of them, and or no, sorry, I was gifted a few of them. So yeah, I mean, literally, you're giving away beer at that point. So that's hilarious. Like at that point, like sure, maybe you're making some money back, but like for sure, the distributor lost money on that beer. The brewery lost. Well, I guess the brewery made their money, I guess. And then it's almost like questionable. Like, is it even worth it to like sell the beer? I mean, it's $24, but like you're delivering beer at like loss. But hey, I guess yeah, who knows? That's an ugly beer. Looks like oxidized IPA or something. I mean, it's got this like brownish hue to it. I don't know what color to call that. It's like dirt. It looks. You know what? It looks like dirty soap water. That's exactly what it looks like. Dirty soap water. It's like if you've washed anything before and then like it was very dirty. That's sort of what it looks like. So it's like grayish, brownish. I don't know. Yeah, you can smell it. Quite acidic, so definitely sharp vinegary notes in here, but also like lactic too, right? So it smells sour. You don't get the hibiscus passion fruit. Is this old as hell? I have no clue how this date works. It says 1013. So that could be actually like 1013, which means like Julian date. So I don't know. It could be like not for sour beer either way. But yeah, mostly smells like sour beer, a little tired, a little oxidized possibly. I don't know how old this is, but I don't know. I assume the beer is fresh and just couldn't sell it. But who knows? Oh yeah, okay. So it's like got this like candy thing up front. Again, I would never have guessed this was hibiscus. Oh no, hibiscus makes sense. It's got this like herbal citrusy tone to it, so I could sort of see that. I wouldn't have ever guessed passion fruit though. I said it's actually very light. This is at best a medium tart beer, not even full tart. Like it's got a little bit of acidity. Not a little bit, medium amount. Let's go with that. So, medium plus tart. So full tart's like leaning on sour. Maybe. Yeah, okay, fine. For sure, this is a sour beer. Okay, fine. I'm like waffling from like tart. So what we might, if you guys are confused, in my world, there's beers that like are somewhat maybe tart, and then you actually get sour. At least that's my interpretation. That's just like this is completely subjective, by the way. Don't listen to me like this is objectively like some kind of scale or like the BJCP teaches you the difference between tart and sour. This is my way of trying to communicate, right? Something tart is like, oh, that's a little tart, and then like when you get to like sour candy and like lemons, like sour, like then I'm like, all right, now we're on a different page almost. Okay, that's where this beer is. It leans in between tart and sour. It has a little bit of malt body to it. And then as you wait more, that passion fruit, that's the crazy thing about this beer. The passion fruit is beautifully, I mean, it's natural flavoring, so it's like, beautiful, whatever. It's still artificial, but it's nicely placed in there where it's like, not obviously passion fruit, right? Because sometimes we think about passion fruit, it's like, I mean, the closest thing I can think of like with passion fruit, it's like overripe mangoes, peaches, pine, right? Like there's that tropical, like ripeness. Like it's I'm used to smoothie sours. Here it's obviously used in a Belgian kind of balance where there's something extra fruity in here, which plays well with the acidity. And it's not noticeably passion fruit. Like I think anybody could have guessed this was guava and could have been right, if that makes sense, right? Like it's not a pure, oh my god, hit you over the head kind of thing. It's obviously there, but you're like looking for like it's a little bit floral. That could be the hibiscus, a little bit orangey, a little bit tropical. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice beer. 5%. This is a great intro beer. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like a mixed ferment sour, like sorry, like as in like long age versus like I don't think they kettle sour in Belgium at all unless you're like doing one of these wild things as a craft brewery. So for a long ferment beer, it does taste like a kettle sour, and it has some of those like attractive notes. So like this is actually like quite attractive. Like it seems to me like this would do well in the American market. It's just crushable. It's somewhere between tart and sour. It's a little bit fruity. Doesn't hit you over the head too much for the people that don't like fruit beer. So it's like it's just a very like beginner 101 kind of crowd pleaser, fruity tart sour thing. I don't think it's too much complexity to this beer, but there's also maybe a hint of vinegar in the back end, so like a little bit of that mixed fermentation complexity in there. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm actually surprised. I thought I'd hate this. Yeah, it's just a great. Like I would be happy introing people into it for like the geeks and stuff. Like I think this doesn't have enough complexity and the artificial flavors, whatever. But like for people getting into it, for sure better than the Lindemann's fruited stuff, which is like super super sweet and artificial. Has nothing to do with like lambic and goose and all that stuff, right? This actually has a little bit more perceivable like actual beer character to it, and less like punch you over the head with like artificial flavors, even though it's obviously artificial flavors. I'm just impressed that it's such a big crowd pleaser. So I'm getting 85. I personally would probably give it more like an 80 something, like a B minus kind of beer, but I think it actually does a decent job. So I'm going to give it credit for that. Until next time, cheers later.